بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. السلام عليكم my beloved ones ورحمة الله وبركاته. Inshallah, we are going to continue our session of fiqh on manasik al-hajj. And as I said, yes, our theme is manasik al-hajj, but during the rulings, we try to touch some other things, and we try to review your ilm al-usul, which you did in halaq al-ula, and all those things we try to cater. So it's not just hajj, it's like a hawzawi style of hajj session. That means you get to get some more information, analytical information, and some other topics which encounter the rulings. You get to also know those rulings. So let me just pull out this the page of manasik. Okay. So we were doing, okay, so we went all the way behind. Let me go back to the index, and we are supposed to do al-wasiyah. Okay, perfect. So al-wasiyah, wasiyah is like making a will, or a person, like see, this is that type of thing which I mentioned in Hausa. So there is wasiyah and there's wakala. What is the difference between wakala and wasiyah? Both are representations. Both are what? Representations. Wakala, let me try to use the gadget here, just so that the wakala is wakil, like representations. Okay. So we have wakala. Okay. Wikala, which is like representation. Just don't mind, because the pen is slippery on this board. Representation. And then we have wasiyah. Also representation. Okay, so here station is missing. Anyhow, so we have two types of representations. What is the difference? Wakala continues until the death of the representative, the one who represented. Finish. The wakala stops. No more active. You're not wakil. They say, no, I'm the wakil of Fulan. Yeah, that was in his life. But now, no. And representation starts from the death. You see, wakala is in the lifetime of the muwakkil, the representative. And the wakil is active until the wakala ceases by revocation or by death. Al-wasiyah cannot be revoked. Why? Because the wasiyah becomes activated after the death of the musi. So we have muwakkil and here musi. The muwakkil gives the wakala to the wakil. The wakil is active until the muwakkil says, stop, I don't want you to carry on, or he dies. So the wakala ends. Wasiyah, you cannot say, oh, I'm the wasi, I'm the person who's given the testament or the will, Yeah, but that is after the death. Now you can't do anything. After the death of the Musi, the one who authorized you, gave you the representation, delegated you, after he dies, then you become active. Then you act on behalf of the one who gave you the wasiyah. So this is the difference between wakala and wasiyah. I'll give you an example. In the time of Sayyid al-Khuy Quddas al-Sirruh, there's so many wakala. And some of them, they were fraud. Later on, it was discovered, you see. So when Sayyid al-Khuy died, they used to collect money. They came to us. They said, we are wakil of Sayyid al-Khuy. I said, what? Are you serious? Yeah, see this wakala? I said, tear it down, put it in a boiling water and drink the soup of it. What? Why are you saying that? I said, Baba, if you are Hausawi student, you're wearing this amama, you don't know the difference between wakala and non-wakala. Wakala ends with the decease of the muwakkil. This is a very basic information. He gave you wakala in his lifetime, but he died. Wakala ends, finish. So swallow it, swallow that wakala. It's no more helpful for you. Okay? The reason I told you that I tear it, and because in Arabic, ishrab mayyitha, and just put it in the water and drink it. Finish. It's no more useful. So I translated that example we give. That tear it down, put it in a boiling water, drink the soup of it. It's not beneficial anymore. That can be beneficial. Swallow your wakala. You don't try to fool the people. You see, if you want to fool the people they don't know. But then you come to the religious community and then you say, I'm the wakil of Sayyid al-Khuy. Sayyid al-Khuy is not living. So this is the I gave you to buy a pen for me. I told you, I gave you the representation, wakala. You went, and while you were like you're in a slow motion going there, and I call you, Khalas, Fulan, I don't want to get the pen. He needs to stop. If he comes and he purchases, but I'm your wakil, you gave me, yeah, but I revoked the wakala. I revoked it. So now you understand. So wakala can be revoked. Wasiyah, on the other hand, cannot be revoked because the one who gave you wasiyah is dead. Wasiyah is finished when the thing which was designated in the wasiyah is done. So if in the wasiyah, do on my behalf Hajj, you did the Hajj, finish. Now every year you cannot come to the heirs, I'm the wasi. He told me to do Hajj. Yeah, but he did not tell you to do every year Hajj. No, but this year I want to go for Hajj and I'm the wasi, so give me the money of the marhum. Baba, finish, the wasiyah finish. Just prove to us that our dad, okay, said that every year from my wealth, from 1/3, obviously, let the Fulan do Hajj for me. He said once and that's it, done. Okay. So you can't come and play with the minds of the people. One important issue for our daughters to understand. Many times we have serious cases of divorce where the guy divorces the wife in the court, okay, and keeps her hanging, doesn't give us religious divorce. And he gets married and he gets children. And this poor lady, she's stuck in that marriage. She wants to get married. No, give me this much, give me that much, give me this, give me that, give me. Baba, this is not a trade market. Okay, you can't do like that. So what's the solution? The solution is the wakala. With the marriage contract, remember, marriage contract is a binding contract. Whenever a binding contract happens, a condition becomes binding. Okay, no. So what wife says to the husband, I will accept the marriage on one condition. You give me power of representation to represent you, to divorce myself on your behalf, because you have the right to divorce. So I need this power of representation. Okay. Now there are details there. Inshallah, we'll discuss this in future. But I'm just giving you an example of two types of representations during the marriage contract. Okay. So he gives her now, okay, I'm giving you the power of representation so that you can divorce yourself on my behalf because I have the right to divorce. So you are going to represent me in divorcing yourself. Or find someone, I'm giving you to find someone, I'm giving you the wakala to you divorce or find someone or a committee whatsoever or the Jamaat. What happens now? After some days, he says, I'm revoking the power of attorney I gave you. When trouble happens, she said, I have the power of attorney to divorce. I will divorce myself. Okay, then I'm revoking it. What? Yes, I'm revoking it. I gave you the power of attorney. I'm telling you, khalas, you're no more my wakil. You're no more my power of attorney. You're not representing me to divorce yourself on your behalf. So you got revoked. So what happened? Yes, but the wakil can revoke his power of attorney whenever he wants. So that's the trouble. How will we solve that? Unless, yes, what unless? We want to hear this unless. Unless if the wakala was irrevocable. Remember this, my daughters. Remember this, oh parents who have daughters, okay? They are not aware about these kind of things. And the girls, many a times the girl in Africa, in India, in Pakistan, in West, they get in trouble when the problems happen. The guy abuses the right, he gets married, and the girl, she's stuck with this marriage. He doesn't want her, okay? And he doesn't want to divorce her. And he puts that kind of divorce on bargain when Allah says, وَلَا تَذَرُوهَا كَالْمُعَلَّقَةِ. Do not keep them hanging. You don't want them, divorce them. You want them, keep them and support them. Don't keep them hanging. They can't do anything, and you're happily married with someone else and you have kids. And what about her? So what happens here? This so the wife, okay, she needs to ask this before marriage, that I will accept this marriage on one condition, that you give me the power of attorney. Which type? Irrevocable. Remember, which type? Irrevocable power of attorney, that whenever certain things happen, I have the right to divorce myself on your behalf. And it's better to write certain things, so not to leave it so open. Like, for example, if the husband becomes permanently in the prison for crimes, if the husband is caught sleeping with someone else, even she can write, if the husband gets married permanently or temporarily with someone else, she can, okay? If the husband does not support the wife, she can. If the husband becomes drug abuser and all those kind of things, and she can. The very important thing is domestic violence. When he start beating her, because many times a wife cannot prove those kind of things. So at least she have a way out. So whenever there is domestic violence, physical abuse, all those kind of things, which is intolerable to a wife, and we can't just tell her, sabr, sabr, sabr. Baba, she's being beaten. She's beaten the hell out of her. What sabr? Put yourself in her place. You'll do sabr? No, you'll do karate, martial arts. What sabr? Yes, she's doing sabr, but still then on beating sabr, that's just too much. So basically, no, I mean, she needs to have some kind of leverage, especially in this. I focus a lot on domestic violence. I keep it on the first conditions of irrevocable divorce, because that's the thing, she cannot prove anything. Oh, where is your evidence? And when she has bruises, nah, family says sabar kar tu, do observe, don't go to the police, don't go this. There's no record. I mentioned whenever there is bruises, there is this kind of thing, go to the medical professionals, make evidences of that, make recording. Don't want to go to the police, that's fine. But at least go to the medical professionals, get photos, get things, evidences, professional evidences. These are very important. The time has gone. I mean, we really need to take care of we should not be abusive to allow the abuse, because there are some ladies that are domestic violence and doing domestic with their husbands and they're beating the husband. What about them? Both sides. We have to respect both sides. Both sides, we have to appreciate them. Both sides. But husband can take his way out. He can just divorce her and finish. But what about her? She'll be stuck with this marriage. So therefore, it's about time that the community thinks about their daughters, their sisters who are going to get married. It's very important issue, and the girls, they need to be sharp and vigilant and aware that no, they need to get this power of attorney and power of representation from the husband in a marriage binding contract. When ankahtu nafsi qabiltu happens, or qabiltu happens, the condition needs to be there, binding in a binding contract and irrevocable power of attorney on these conditions. If this happens, if the husband doesn't support her financially and he keeps her like that, no, then she can get out of this marriage. If the husband is bringing na'udhu billah other women, she can't tolerate. She doesn't want to be like that, watching humiliation and this kind of thing. This is worse than domestic violence, looking at her husband sleeping with someone else. Forgive me for that, because these are serious crises in our communities, and we really need to pay attention to it, because this creates more corruption. More. Then what will these ladies do? They will do betrayal. They'll betray their husband. Okay. If they are not committed religiously, they can't do sabr, they will do wrong things. More corruption will happen, more fasad will happen on the face of the earth. So we have to try to prevent these kind of things, and that's why our session is going to start now. Wasiyah. I just wanted to make you know that what is the difference between wikala and wasiyah. And the wakil is representing until the death, and this wakala can be revoked unless if it was an irrevocable in a binding contract. Then the wakil cannot revoke it until he dies. Then automatically it dissolves, and then the wasiyah starts. So if somebody wants somebody's help in his life, and after his death, he needs to make two things: wikala and wasiyah. So wikala ends with the death, wasiyah starts with the death of the mayyit. Let's see if we can take one ruling at least, okay, in some time remaining. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. الوصية بالحج, making a will for Hajj. Okay. من كانت, ruling number 73, من كانت عليه حجة الإسلام, حجة الإسلام, وقرب منه الموت, فإن كان له مال يفي بمصاريف الحج. Why did it say this is Sistani قرب? Whoever was obligated to perform Hajjatul Islam, okay, and the time of death was close. Here people, they say, how can we know that the death can come anytime? True, but there are people, they know. If they don't know, that's fine. If they know that, like terminal cases of cancer, like those people who are on mechanical ventilators, or those people who are in severe cases that the chances of their living is very rare. We cannot delete the chances of life, because everything is in the hand of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When I worked in a hospital, I was seeing that people close to death, they would revive, and mashallah, they become very healthy people. Close to death, with my eyes I've seen in the hospital. And there were people that were very healthy, and they were going to just be discharged from the hospital, and suddenly heart attack happens, whatever happens, car accident, this, that, people, they die. So death has no assurance when does it come. It's in the hand of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. However, there are signs of death. If those signs of death, imaratul maut, if they appear on a person, like cancer, like severe illness, those kind of things, then, and he had not performed his obligatory Hajj, فإن كان له مال يفي بمصاريف الحج, if he had wealth that could be enough to pay the expenses of Hajj, لزمه الاستيثاق, then it will be compulsory on him to make entrustment. Okay, istithaq is from thiqa, trust, thiqa. Okay, so what is this? What is the difference between istithaq? Istithaq is more general. Istithaq could be wasiyah. Istithaq could be to entrust somebody to do something. Keep this money, okay, and do Hajj on my behalf. So it's more general. Istithaq is from mithaq, from making an agreement. So making an agreement, come here, let's sign an agreement. MOU, memo of understanding, nowadays they do. That me and you, let's make an agreement. I'll be responsible for paying you this amount. You pay you do the Hajj on my behalf. Is it wasiyah? Yes, wasiyah comes underneath it. Is it wakala? Wakala comes underneath it. Is it anything? It's designating somebody with a general title, entrusting somebody a contract. So even if I die, continue. So this istithaq can be inclusive of wikala and wasiyah. So in my life, okay, what about if God forbid you die? Then wasiyah. So istithaq includes both. That is designating someone to do in his life or in his death. لزمه الاستيثاق من أدائها, that I'm entrusting you, making a contract with you, covenant with you, mithaq, so that you can do the Hajj on my behalf after I die. Okay, so Sayyidina, how can a person be given entrustment? وَلَوْ بِالْوَصِيَّةِ, even though by wasiyah. That means if I die, then you do Hajj. And if you do wasiyah, then there needs to be witnesses, because many times the wasiyah is made and people violate the wasiyah and cheat the marhum and hide the wasiyah. Why? What is the scenario? I'm going to give you the scenario, okay? That why people would hide the wasiyah. وَإِن لَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ مَالٌ, and if he did not have any wealth, وَاحْتَمَلَ أَن يَتَبَرَّعْ شَخْصٌ بِالْحَجِّ عَنْهُ مَجَّانًا, and there was a possibility that someone might be able to do Hajj on his behalf without money. So this guy is telling, okay, I want somebody to do Hajj on my behalf and this and that. So like 10 people say, oh yes, I will do. He said, but walakin, yes, we want to hear what comes after. However, I don't have any money. You don't have any money. What do you think? We should go there and with our money? No, wait. Khalas, forget it. But you all agreed to take the representation. Yeah, but there was money now free of charge. We can't do your Hajj on free of charge. Because there'll be a time that we would get a free travel and free Hajj and free pilgrimage. No. So here we have وَإِن لَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ مَالٍ, if he did not have wealth, وَاحْتَمَلَ أَنْ يَتَبَرَّعْ شَخْصٌ بِالْحَجِّ, and he had this probability. So one of those 10 remained, 9 left. No. So he said, see, you have money, you don't have money, just give me the power of representation, the wasiyah or mithaq or whatever. I will voluntarily do the Hajj on your behalf. Finish. And yatabarra, voluntarily. Okay. Shakhsun, person, bil hajji anhu majjanan, free of charge. Voluntarily. Wajabat alayhi al-wasiyah aydan. Then, if there is a volunteer who's going to do the Hajj after, remember, after death, volunteer Hajj is okay. In the life, we said there were 2 cases. Somebody volunteers without any designation, then that was a problem. So here Sayyidi Sistani Damodullah says that then it will become obligatory to give him the wasiyah. to designate him to do the Hajj on his behalf after he dies. يتبرع عنه شخص. وإذا مات, so if he dies, okay, واستقرت عليه حجة الإسلام, حجة الإسلام, and Hajj of Islam was fixed on him, finished. He has to do it. He did not do it in his life. وجب قضاؤها من أصل التركة. Okay, now this ruling has 4 segments, and since our time is over, we are going to continue this this one later on. But here I mentioned something. لازمه الاستيثاق من أدائها من أدائها بعد مماته ولو بالوصية بها والاستشهاد عليها, to testify with testimony that the wasiyah was given, even though by making a wasiyah. وإن لم يكن مال, وإن لم يكن له مال, and if he did not have any wealth. The scenarios, inshallah, we are going to take tomorrow. بإذن الله تعالى. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. وصلى الله على محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين. We'll meet tomorrow بإذن الله تعالى.